Pop it.
I'm Reiser.
I'm Easily.
And this is your favorite ASMR that does not include whispering sweet nothings into your partner's ear.
And this is our review of Machina non Grata by The Last 10 Seconds of Life.
Yeah, you
Look
got
at that,
it.
I fucking did it.
Alright. So, can I start off by saying that I think that Glory, the intro track, is easily one of the weakest songs on the entire album.
Yeah, I honestly...
And it would have been better without it.
Yeah, I think that if they just started with Sweet Chin Music, I think the album would have been way better. Well, the start of the album would have been way better.
Sweet Chin Music, one of the singles released for it, a solid single. Like I said, I think it should have been the first proper track to it.
For sure.
The other single that came out beforehand.
The Impossible Product?
The Impossible Product, yeah. I did not care for that song whenever it first came out forever ago, because it did go out forever ago. But that was after being exposed to them the first time through their previous album, The Violent Sound, which this guy got me into, because before I had never even heard of The Last 10 Seconds of Life. So it's all thanks to him, and I just want to fuck him. Like,
I think that it's going to be hard for them to top The Violent Sound. I think that the reason they don't play much of that album live, or any of that album live, is because they had such like a bad backlash for the cleans, which I really don't understand the big like hate towards clean vocals in metal. It's fucking music, dude. Get over it.
yeah.
But I really wish we had more cleans on this album, because the 2 or 3 songs it has cleans on are really fucking good.
Solely Erased.
Solely
Erased gave me that clean vocal fix that I was missing throughout a lot of the album. Not that it was completely void of it, but that song is like so different from the rest of it, so I really liked it, as well as Aphrodite.
Yeah,
that's
Aphrodite.
one of my personal favorites. But both of our personal favorite song is undeniably Axe to Grind.
Fucking Axe to Grind. Holy shit. That has got to be one of the heaviest songs that come out this year. Like, I'm sure I've made that claim a lot, but holy fuck, Axe to Grind is hard.
It is hard.
It slaps. Like, I don't even... There's nothing really to compare it to that came out this year. It's just I'm
surprised it wasn't a single.
Yeah, I'm really surprised it wasn't a single.
It's easily the best song on the album.
Yeah. I mean... Like, while the Impossible Product was a good single, it didn't get me proper hyped for the album.
Yeah.
But if they showed off Soul Erased or Axe to Grind, I think...
Or even Aphrodite.
Yeah. Well, then I think I would have went into it with higher expectations. So.
What was the other song I really liked? Psychophrenia?
Really?
Psychophrenia?
Yeah, that one's...
I really like that one. That's got the wah parts in it.
Yeah, I like it.
That's gonna sound horrible on the mic.
I like the song, but this album suffers from its sounding similar, all the songs sounding similar.
Yeah.
Like, there's very few songs on this album I can actually remember the name of, and that's usually a pretty big problem when you're looking at an album. Like, I remember Sweet Chin Music.
Axe to Grind.
And then I don't remember anything else until Axe to Grind. Like,
I remember Psychophrenia, but...
I mean, I think there's, like... If you told me a Last 10 Seconds of Life song, like a song title, there's a 50-50 chance I would get it right.
I would not know the song.
Yeah, like, it's just... I'm not saying that the songs are bad, because it's a good album. You know, it's very enjoyable to listen to. I've listened to it an assload. But it's just a lot of the songs sound similar.
Some of it meshes together into a cluster of, I think, breakdowns. But I think what saves it a lot of times is that there is cool melody that goes over it from the guitar player. There are some proper guitar solos this time around that are used, I think, better.
Yeah, for sure.
That help distinguish the songs from one another as opposed to it being chug the whole time. I think they could have gotten away with a bit more of that, but even with the parts that are similar, how we said it kind of blends together, there's very little of it that I, am like, oh, that's, not good, or none of it's really not good so much as some of it just isn't memorable.
Yeah, I think that's one of the only problems with the album. I mean, there's a couple of others, but that's like the biggest
One of my it's nitpicky as hell, but Dirt Nap Atrophy, a solid song, a really solid song. It is 2019. Why is there a shotgun sample? I'm sorry, shotgun biscuit. Shotgun samples are a bit. I'll forgive it. I'm just being nitpicky at this point, but I've never been a fan of that kind of stuff. But
I mean, well, On the Thrack did it with on their last album.
Yes, but that was a machine gun, different species.
Fair enough.
Also, an On the Thrack can do no wrong.
Yeah, actually, they don't have a bad release. Oh.
I want
nudes.
No, but getting into the violent sound, I think, because that album is obviously very different from a lot of what they do. Mm-hmm. The clean vocals, again, whenever I had actually opened for them last year, and they didn't play a single song from the violent sound, which was really disappointing. And I get a lot of the hardcore, a lot of the deathcore fan base is super anti-clean singing. They want the same album, the same breakdowns, the same brutality. I get the backlash from like a super elitist perspective, but I have never been nitpicky about clean vocals. I love clean vocals in metal. I love progressive metal. I love melodic metal.
When they're done right.
Yes.
Like
if they're a bad singer, I don't want to hear it. But then I just don't want to hear the band in that case.
Well, like with Last 10 Seconds of Life, they have the tone in their cleans that you want to have in that sort of music, but with Whitechapel's new album where it's like super whiny, that's when it doesn't work. It's just like...
It's not even that he's a bad singer.
No, Phil Bosman's amazing, but like it comes off a little... This is just becoming...
Spoiler alert, we didn't like The Valley.
This is just becoming...
We did not like The Valley.
Welcome to... We're reviewing The Valley Part 2.
Part 2. It's disguised as the last thing. We figured it's a deathcore album, so fuck you to everybody watching.
The outro track, for me... So, we put a lot of emphasis on shit that doesn't require or want emphasis. So, the outro track for me...
We're assholes is what we're saying.
The outro track for me... the title track as well, which in my mind makes it double important, but it actually doesn't. I feel like the title track and the song before it should have been switched. I feel like it's not a bad song. It's just not a good closing track. It's not like the kind of note.
I think it has pacing issues. It wants to be a bunch of different songs at the same time, which I mean that's admirable. I like prog. I love when bands shift a song together. I just think that the song isn't long enough to do that, number one, and number two, the changes are kind of abrupt. It's not a bad song by any means. I just think that Solar Race would have been a better closer, honestly. This album could have been a few songs shorter, and I think it might have benefited from it.
Mm-hmm, for sure.
Final score?
So, my final score for this album is actually going to be 8 out of 10. I think that it falls short in a few places, but overall it's still a really good album. I've listened to it a ton. It's my go-to music at work. I just toss it on in the background, and it's good to...
It's good background music.
Yeah.
A lot of it is relying on breakdowns and just headbanging, so in that regard, you can put it on a lot of times, and that kind of saves it from being maybe monotonous with the, like, how we said some songs blend together and... like, oh, what's this song called again? Oh, The Next to Grind. That song is perfect.
Yeah.
That song can be thrown on at every time, and it should be thrown on at every time.
And as loud as you can get it.
Yeah.
Yeah. These outtakes are gonna suck, though. Hopefully my audio's not fucked.
Yeah, after you stretch out the hole a little bit, it works.
Yeah, it does. Don't I know it? This is recording, isn't it?
Yeah.
Machina.
Into it.
Oh.
Yeah, and this time I can't.
Well, now you gotta say this is a review of Machina non Grata from the last 10 schmeckens of...
Schmeat. And this is our review of the last... This is our review... Fuck me, dude.
It's okay, you can edit it.
Yeah. It's gonna take 20 takes to get this. And this is our review of Machina non Grata. No, it's Machina non Grata.
It's Machina non Grata. You can fucking edit out whatever I say.
Man, you're just making more work for me, dude. What the fuck?
Whoops, didn't see you there. Fuck!
Get my dick on camera.
Get my dick on camera. I'm kind of a big deal.